You know, what else can I say?
That was not a low blow. And how long did he get to recover? A couple of minutes? It's a nonsense. It's a total nonsense.
Daniel Dubois has now lost to Oleksandr Usyk twice, yet he's still clinging to claims of robbery from the first fight. At this point, it's not confidence, it's desperation. Instead of owning up to being outclassed, Dubois is flinging accusations, trying to mask the sting of defeat with conspiracy talk.
Like, they robbed me out of that.
Yeah, you feel like you're robbed from a victory?
Yeah.
The truth, Usyk beat him fair and square. Both times, Dubois looks stuck in denial. Standing across from the man who schooled him twice, he's still talking about revenge and robbery. It's almost laughable. There's no growth, no humility.
I want my revenge. I want my revenge, Usyk. Well done on tonight. Well done on tonight. God bless. I want my revenge for the...
Just the same tired deflections. Usyk didn't rob him. He taught him a lesson, twice, and Usyk, unbothered, ice cold. When asked about the controversy, he responded with one line: "You not win. No drama, no back and forth, just facts." The referee made the call. Usyk did the job.
I don't know. It's not my problem.
Meanwhile, Dubois keeps digging the hole deeper. By crying foul, he's not convincing anyone, he's just highlighting how rattled and mentally beaten he truly is. Even experts have shut the door on this debate. Karl Froch broke it down without hesitation. It was a clear low blow, no gray area. The shot landed on the groin, not the belt line. That's not controversial.
Shot on here, this is a good shot, it's a body shot. The referee didn't do that. The bottom part of the glove was on the actual shorts, on his scrotum area, really quite low, too low really. So it was a legitimate low blow. Had Usyk been told that's not a low blow, and the referee would have...
It's textbook boxing rules. And let's be honest, even if it hadn't been low, Dubois didn't look ready to get up and keep fighting. Dubois' supporters calling robbery are ignoring the rules and the reality. Don Charles even claimed Usyk's reaction was Oscar-worthy. But that's just more deflection. There was no acting, just a world...
Trembling. The acting you did that night, you've heard of the Oscars, right? The Emmys. You should be given an Oscar for the performance. You conned the referee. You conned us, you conned the boxing world.
Class boxer reacting to an illegal shot. Accusing Usyk of conning anyone just sounds like sour grapes from a corner that was out of its depth. When the skill gap is this wide, excuses are all that's left. Usyk's cool dismissal of the drama stung harder than any punch. Short, sharp, final. He didn't just beat Dubois, he dismantled him with a jab. Let that sink in. Not a haymaker, not a knockdown shot, just a crisp, clean jab. That's the difference between elite boxing and raw power. Usyk isn't
all beaten, outboxed, and frustrated.
Very mentally strong, but you've met somebody who's stronger than you.
You must teach your fighter punch clean, but I win this fight for right my hand, like a
just physically better. He's mentally untouchable. His message was clear: teach your fighter to box, not complain. And when someone like Usyk, humble, calculated, and focused, speaks like that, it hits different. He's not here for drama, he's here for results. And the result hasn't changed. Dubois outboxed, outsmarted, and left frustrated. Even Peter Fury, a man who knows heavyweights better than most, had to be honest. Yes, Dubois has improved. Yes, he has power. But power means nothing if you can't land it. Against someone like Usyk, who moves like a phantom and counters with surgical precision, power gets neutralized fast. Fury nailed it. You've got to get there. And Dubois, try as he might, just couldn't. Usyk's footwork, his angles.
They're best friends?
I love you, man.
They're buddies? Like they were family friends? I mean, can you imagine Muhammad Ali or like Joe Frazier having dinner together?
What?
Can you imagine Mike Tyson and...
His rhythm. They made Dubois miss, hesitate, and second guess. Improvement is one thing, but against a fighter operating on a genius level, better just isn't enough. You need something exceptional. And Dubois hasn't shown that. Not yet. Now Dubois is saying he's a new man. In a recent clip, he claims he's a different beast. And to his credit, belief is important in boxing. He's selling confidence, more hunger, more control. But here's the real question. Has he changed enough to truly challenge Usyk? His last few wins came against fringe contenders, not elite operators. Confidence is easy when the opponent isn't feinting, pivoting, and punishing every miss. The real test comes when Usyk...
Till then, words like ready are just noise.
I think so.
I think I've shown that in my last 3 fights that I'm totally different. I'm more confident, believe myself more and whatever. But yeah, ready.
Back in front of him, feinting, slipping, and peppering him with counters. That's when belief gets tested. Credit to Dubois for talking the talk, but we've heard it before. What he hasn't done is walk through Usyk's fire and come out on top. Until then, words like ready are just noise. Tony Bellew wasn't having any of the low blow excuses either. He shut it down without hesitation. Bellew, a veteran of the game, said what real fans have been thinking all along. Stop blaming the protector. Dubois wasn't robbed. He was outclassed. End of story. Bellew knows how Usyk fights, clean, smart, and precise. Hitting the belt line isn't a tactic. It's a mistake. And if it lands on the protector, it's low. Simple as that. There's never been anything dirty about Usyk. He wins with skill, not shortcuts. And Bellew made it clear. Enough with the acting talk. Enough.
He'll come across a completely different skill set from Oleksandr Usyk. You got to remember he's been in there with him already, and we all know what happened last time.
Yes, true.
I don't want to hear this stuff about low blows. It's called a protector for a reason. If you hit a protector, guess what?
With the conspiracies. If you want to beat Usyk, you need more than power. You need brain, heart, and world-class skill. So far, Dubois hasn't shown that. And until he does, the only thing he's winning is the excuse game. Some saw Oleksandr Usyk's calm demeanor as confidence. Others, like Johnny Nelson, suggested it might hint at fading focus. But let's be honest, when has Usyk ever shown signs of mentally checking out? The man trains like a soldier, studies like a scientist, and fights like a grandmaster. Calm doesn't mean disinterested. It means composed. Just because he isn't yelling on social media or making wild predictions, doesn't mean he's lost his hunger. Quite the opposite. He's proven time and again that he shows up when it counts. Nelson's take isn't outlandish.
He's Usyk talking like that. He's got 1 foot out already if he's talking like that. That means, as far as I'm concerned, I sense his appetite is slipping away. He's very professional, gets the job done, knows what he has to do in the ring and in training. But to me, he's now 1 foot out.
Do slow down eventually. But to say Usyk slipping based on a few subdued interviews feels like a reach. Dubois fans might latch onto that hope, but deep down they know the truth. If Usyk is locked in, this fight could play out the same way again. Duke McKenzie gave Dubois a nod, complimenting his improvements, but he added a critical caveat: if he was fighting anybody else. That's the whole point. Yes, Dubois is more polished, more disciplined, and less reckless than before. No one's denying he's improved. But this isn't about progress. It's about the man in front of him. And that man is Oleksandr Usyk, a generational talent who's made seasoned world champions look like amateurs. McKenzie wasn't backing Dubois to win. He was giving him credit with conditions. That's the line between hype and reality. No matter how much cleaner Dubois' jab looks, or how composed he appears, none of that matters when the opponent is operating on another level entirely. Usyk isn't just more skilled. He's more mentally locked.
I say, if he was fighting anybody else other than Oleksandr Usyk, I would pick him to win. But what they're convinced...
You think he is number 2 heavyweight in the...
Locked in, more experienced, and tactically sharper in every area. Dubois might beat a lot of contenders, but Usyk, that's a different mountain. Tony Bellew doubled down on the debate around the infamous low blow, and he didn't hold back. According to Bellew, the shot Dubois landed wasn't clean, wasn't borderline, and wasn't even debatable. It was low, period. Bellew made it clear, he's tired of the revisionist narrative. And he's right, this isn't a backyard brawl. This is elite-level boxing, where rules matter and referees don't guess. If a shot lands on the protector, it's ruled low. Simple. Bellew knows better than most what a legal body shot feels like, and what a foul looks like. His frustration echoes that of serious boxing fans everywhere. Dubois and his team keep trying to rewrite history, painting Usyk as a flopper and ducking accountability. But the wider boxing world sees through it. Usyk wasn't acting. He was fouled.
Illegal. I do.
I thought it was illegal or illegal?
I thought it was illegal. It's called a protector for a reason. He hits the protector.
It's illegal.
Yeah, it's below the navel.
It's a low blow.
What's your thoughts, Carl?
I thought it was alright.
Did you?
Yeah, but I'm back on my man, so...
No. We've all got to go on. We've all got to accept this right now. Was it good for you? It wasn't good.
And had the punch been legal, the fight would have gone on, and Usyk would have kept doing what he does, dominate. Even Carl Froch, no stranger to hard truths, stated it plain and technical. The punch was low, the ref made the right call, and Usyk finished the job. Then there's Amir Khan, who tried to play it balanced, crediting Dubois for his physical gifts and suggesting he could give Usyk a tough night. But even in Khan's words, you could hear the hesitation. Phrases like he has the tools, or he'll give him a hard fight are diplomatic ways of saying he might survive, but probably won't win. Let's cut through that. Giving Usyk a hard fight doesn't mean beating him. Plenty of fighters have had good rounds against Usyk. None have won. Why? Because tools don't win fights. Execution does. And Usyk's ring IQ is off the charts. He breaks rhythm. He breaks timing. He breaks belief. Dubois.
This guy is a beast. He's a good fighter. He's a hard fighter to beat. And I think he'll learn from the mistakes he made in the first fight against Usyk, and it will give him a hard fight. Look, he has the tools to win that.
Might have learned from the first fight, but that doesn't mean he's closed the gap. Amir Khan's analysis was respectful, but telling. There's a reason even he couldn't bring himself to pick Dubois outright. When you face someone like Usyk, being better isn't enough. You have to be brilliant. And that's the core truth buried under all the noise, the excuses, and the drama. Usyk has already beaten Dubois twice, clearly. Yet here we are. Dubois still clinging to robbery, claims, still trying to rewrite a past he hasn't reckoned with. This rematch isn't just about belts. It's about pride, redemption, and legacy. Dubois insists he's a new man, more composed, more confident, more dangerous. Maybe he is. Maybe he's sharper, tougher, and better prepared. But none of that matters if he's standing in front of the same puzzle he couldn't solve the first 2 times. And that puzzle is Usyk focused, unshaken, and surgical in execution. If Usyk wins again, he doesn't just settle the score. He slams the book shut on this rivalry. He ends the debate and moves forward with legacy intact. But if Dubois pulls off the upset, he forces the boxing world to eat its words and rewrites the narrative in one thunderous moment. That's what makes this fight so compelling. It's not just skill versus power. It's experience versus desperation. Mental mastery versus emotional urgency. Who cracks first? Who shows up with fire in the heart and ice in the veins? This isn't just another heavyweight bout. It's a psychological war with high